Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Reckless driving causing death. Not guilty.
And just moments ago, a jury finding Charles Warren not guilty in the death of Michigan State Trooper Chad Wolf. The 70-year-old had been charged in Trooper Wolf's 2015 death on I-75. He was found not guilty on all counts. Local 4's Rod Maloney was in the courtroom today. And Rod, how did the trooper's family react when that verdict was read in the courtroom?
This was emotional on all fronts, Evrod. I mean, Charles Warren's family, I noticed one of his daughters was physically shaking as this verdict was being read. Neil Rockhind, not given to emotional outbursts necessarily, the defense attorney hugged Charles Warren, and they both broke into tears. And then, of course, on the prosecution side, there was frustration and I think some anger there, too, that they did not get the verdict that they were after. It was a highly emotional scene as 3 counts. First, it was reckless driving, death resulting, leaving the scene of an accident, death resulting in a lesser traffic violation, all not guilty, found by the jury. 9 men, 3 women. And it was an emotional scene, and it was one of those things that everybody was mindful that in many ways there really was no winner in this. In fact, we're going to hear from Neil Rockhind, the defense attorney. He was the only person who spoke after this verdict, and he talked about this whole situation with Trooper Chad Wolf having died and the sadness that everybody feels in the wake of this accident.
Again, this is a case where there are no winners. There were no winners when the accident took place. There were no winners when the prosecution started. There are still no winners today. And I can't imagine that any juror is necessarily happy about a verdict in this case. It just happens to be the right verdict.
And so, Hank, this was the culmination of a 5-day-long trial. The fulcrum, the center point of this trial, in many ways, was what we heard from Charles Warren in the back of the police car. He had been placed there after the accident. In case people weren't aware, Charles Warren was driving up onto the I-75 on-ramp from Dixie Highway in Clarkston in the morning, back in August of 2015, and beside his trailer was Officer Wolf, who apparently hit the side of the trailer, skidded across the top of this flatbed trailer, and his riding leathers caught a bolt in that trailer. And apparently, Charles Warren didn't see any of this. And so he ended up driving up I-75 with Trooper Wolf dragging on the ground next to that trailer. When he discovered the wheel was sparking is when he pulled into the rest stop. And that's where all of this ended. And that's when he was put in the back of the police car. And Charles Warren, in many ways, as he started understanding what it was that he was involved with, felt terrible, said that, in fact, I remember one of the things that he said in the back of the police car was that, oh, my God, if I killed him, you can kill me. He was that upset about this. So this was one of those things that the family, the Charles Warren family, he's 70 years old. They were expecting with a guilty verdict, they probably could have spent the rest of his life in prison. Instead, he walks away. Now, he and his family had nothing to say. We also wanted to speak to the prosecutor's office to see what they had to say about this. So far, they have had no comment and no statement. We'll certainly look for something later on this afternoon. So, again, not guilty on 3 counts, Charles Warren and the Trooper Chad Wolf dragging death. Reporting live in Pontiac, Rod Maloney, Local 4.